The CDC has previously reported that as of December 18, 73% of new cases were linked to Omicron. But on Tuesday, the agency revised those figures, suggesting while the new variant was on the rise, it was not infecting the people at the rate CDC has projected and slashing the estimate drop of 23% among the population. But COVID is gone. Well, that's what we all thought. But unfortunately, the new variant known as Omicron has popped up. On 24th November 2021, the variant was first reported to WHO in Botswana. And since the finding of this mutated version of COVID has been steep increase in the number of COVID patients in almost all provinces of South Africa. Due to this, within 48 hours, the WHO designated Omicron as the variant of concern. Omicron is the newly mutated species of coronavirus. Till now, there were 4 variants of concern according to WHO: the Alpha, Beta, Gamma and the Delta. Of these, Delta was the most dangerous variant. But how dangerous is the Omicron variant? Preliminary genetic analysis shows that it has twice the number of mutations as the Delta variant, the world's most dominant variant so far. Omicron has total about 30 mutations on its spike protein, which is the structure of coronavirus uses to gain entry into the human cells. The N501Y mutation appears to increase the ability of the virus to enter cells, which makes it more transmissible, while mutation E484A is associated with the helping of virus evade detection by our antibodies. One thing is for sure, that it keeps mutating new variants, which raises the question, how does the virus mutate? As a respiratory disease, the virus enters our body through a gateway, the angiotensin converting enzyme 2. The ACE2 have a partner ACE. Together, they form a part of a renin-angiotensin-aldosterone system, hormone system which regulates our blood pressure. In extremely simple terms, this is like a lock and a key mechanism. There are minute changes, but the more effectively these changes can connect, the more infectious the virus becomes. But here's a cure. Before antibiotics were developed, doctors treated tuberculosis by sending patients to sanatoriums, where they were exposed to sunlight. These doctors knew that something in the sunlight was killing tuberculosis and healing the patients. They also knew that consuming cod liver oil helped fight tuberculosis. So what does cod liver oil and exposure to sunlight have common? It's vitamin D. But the link is promising. Is vitamin D just a vitamin? No. Vitamin D is a steroid hormone created when sun's UVB radiation hits our skin, eventually creating calcitriol. But what could vitamin D have to do with Omicron? Omicron triggers our innate immune system consisting of dendritic cells, macrophages and monocytes. Omicron destroys our ACE2 receptors, creating an imbalance, which leads to pulmonary vessel constriction and eventually the lung failure. Here, vitamin D acts like a brake to this vehicle by upregulating the anti-inflammatory cytokines like interleukin-4, down-regulating inflammatory cytokines like interleukin-2. There is so much there is yet to reveal about vitamin D. But till then, one thing is for sure, at 50 cents, this could be an accessible and affordable breakthrough against Omicron. Thanks for watching.